Episode 7. Wow, 7 episodes already. Ash, how you feeling? We had some mints this week. Probably didn't go as planned. How you feeling about everything?
I'm literally gonna rage today. Today's
Yourself,
rage.
Red?
Today's rage day. This is gonna be a good show. I don't want to immediately start on my rage though because I know that we just started and we need to do some intros. But yeah, obviously we had Persona. That's gonna be like the big topic of conversation today. That's the one that has me all heated because of the way that I approached and traded that. But yeah, like I said, let's wait till more people roll in. Let's wait till we get this thing started before I like full on rage.
For sure, for sure. I just shared it. Everybody here, thank you for joining the episode 7. If you would kindly hit that like button, I have to remember to do that during the show, dude. It actually does help spread. I've been saying it in my YouTube videos, and I think it has been getting a lot more likes. But yeah, thank you everybody for being here. We have a great show today. Let me just pull this. Boom. We got Blur down here. Let me know. Last time people liked the layout. I find it small, but let me know what you think. It's going to help us make clips later on because we're both big on top as opposed to doing like this side screen. It's not as good. So we're trying this out. Let me pull up the chat here. Boom. We got Art versus Web3. Minted my persona. Nice. Oh, we had somebody roll up before the show started. I guess on YouTube you can comment. Everybody's talking about persona, GM. Dude, persona gonna bang hard. Love the art. I agree, dude. The art is great. FUD after mint. We'll talk about that too. FUD after mint could do really well. What's up, Parker? Thank you for being here. Captured clips, GM. Looks a little blurry, the numbers. Let's maybe this one. Yeah, it's because it's small. When we need the screen big, I'll just pull it up like just that, like that. It'll help. But here for now, Persona gonna fly high. Everybody rooting for Persona. All right, let's just get into it. Do you want to go or should I go or what?
I'm trying to find the stream. Like I don't know about you. It didn't like show up on my it's not like showing up. Yeah, mine didn't work for some reason. This is
I
weird.
see yours on top. Just refire them. I see them on top though.
Hold on.
You are. It says you are live.
Yeah.
For both Twitter and.
I'm redoing this.
Hoping
I'm
for
hitting
more
the
FUD so I can grab more. Well, this is so. I mean, the auction was 0.29. Let's ignore all the gas stuff for now. And they did do pretty well, dude. They ran all the way up to 0.65 or 0.63 during the night, which is a 2x. So they're performing well. Obviously, not as well as a lot of people expected. Everybody was saying like these are going to go to 1 ETH. I expected them to open up at 0.6 or higher and then just run up past 1 ETH because everybody was bull posting them. But a lot happened that upset people, and I think a lot of people didn't want to play them. But they're doing decent still at 0.54 right now. But a lot of bad things went on. And FUD, you know the funny thing about FUD? It reminds me of Node Monkeys, where everybody was FUDding and they pumped like after. It was a slow build up. And I feel like the same thing could happen here. Like everybody's FUDding. It kept dumping to 0.45. But it was just a great buying opportunity because now they've pumped. And you would have, for everyone you bought, you would be 0.15 in profit after gas. So yeah, it could have been a decent. Is it me or do Ash and Gorilla look alike? Cousins.
Dude, I don't think we look alike. It's funny though.
Hey, thanks for being here at the live show. Appreciate you. But yeah, is your stream good?
Yeah, I'm all good. I'm ready to rage.
All right, so go for it. How was your experience with Persona?
Okay, so let's break down all these. I'll try to keep it short. I don't really want to rant. Just posted in my Discord that we're live and everything, so that's good. Okay, so let's start. So Persona was a thing for a while, and what's actually funny is that you talked about it a lot, but it didn't get a ton of coverage until the art reveal. Like that's really what sparked it. Like that we saw it like a week or two ago, and the art is great. Don't get me wrong. Now, I had gotten in touch with their team pretty early on, and one thing that like I kept hearing from like a lot of people is that they couldn't get in touch with with the team, which, I mean, that just is what it is, right? Like, those guys are going to handle collabs. They're going to do things however they want. I didn't necessarily have too hard of a time getting in touch with them, and we did end up setting up a collab, and it was fine. But I could also understand how there are a lot of groups in this space, and they all think that they are entitled to spots. They all think that they're entitled to a response. And for what it's worth, like, that's not necessarily always the case. We live in this bubble where people just think, oh, you spin up an alpha group in a Discord, and then all of a sudden you're like, people should, like, all these projects should just give you spots. And it's like, you have to have something to offer to these projects, just like right off the bat. So there's that. And then when it comes to the technical stuff, like, the auction was for sure, it was, I mean, there were a couple of things. Like, I don't know if you saw the tweet about how you could check to see if you won the auction without, like, before it ended. So that was an issue. People were complaining about having to spend 0.03 in gas to bid. And my whole thing on that is, during the bull run, during other side land, like, I wasted like $8,000 in gas. Like, there were other hyped mints that you were spending like 0.25 in gas, and you were also not guaranteed to hit those either. So my thing on that is, I feel like people were really just picking anything that they possibly could to just FUD this. And I did reach out to Jeremy, and I spoke to him briefly, and he said that he was going to check on the Exterio platform and what was going on with like the how, you know, the optimization and how people had to spend a lot for gas. There were other ways that this could definitely have been done, but the way that I view it is that there were a lot, and this is like really what it comes down to. There were a lot of people that didn't get whitelist, that wanted whitelist, and when the time ended for them to get whitelist, they went and found exactly what they could, anything that they could, and then they fudded. And what were they fudding? They were fudding people having to spend $100 in gas to bid. They were fudding that, you know, that they couldn't get in contact with the team. Like, that's what it came down to. So I know that you made a tweet, and I know that you have it pulled up. So now it's your turn to get in on your, because I said what I said. I
Yeah,
said,
the collab thing, like the feeling entitled, I get it. I mean, I covered it in like four videos, and they didn't ask me to. Like, I do that on my own, so they don't owe me anything. In my opinion, like, I feel it's good to, I don't know, we're some of the few YouTubers that are still left. I feel it's good to have me on your side. Not that I'll be against them. I'll never wish bad against any mint, but like, obviously now I'm going to be less inclined. We only got collab last second enough spots for the team. That's it. I didn't get for my community. That really bothered me, especially when you see the people posting like, hey, we got, or individuals post like who got 50 and stuff. I get it, they're whales. We'll get into that. I wrote here, by far my worst collab experience. Like, dude, 2 to 3 weeks to answer, and then when they finally answer, it's useless. It's just like, I'm sleeping, and they don't read any of the previous messages. They had this point system on their website, which I spoke about in my first 2 videos. Like, that's what my videos were about. Hey, you could use this point system. It was completely useless. And I think what happened is, originally it was supposed to be a regular mint, a whitelist thing where they had, let's say the supply was going to be 6 or 8K. It ended up being 8K, 6K, whatever. A good portion of that was supposed to be whitelisted. Then they got this idea like, oh, we can raise way more money if we do an auction, and they have to put a lot more into the auction because they want to raise that bigger money. And I do think that could have to do with Exterio, because Exterio, they want to be successful. They want to raise money. So they need their platform to perform well and be able to say like, hey, we raised, $100 million for like 10 projects. That's Super Bowl. Exterio is doing really well despite whatever happened with the contract. The gas thing. So I do think they screwed over the community. I saw a lot of people complaining like, dude, I have so many points and I'm not getting whitelist. What is going on? The auction decision, I didn't like it at all. I get it. You're making more money. I'm like, bro, who wouldn't pick to get more money? But the gas thing was horrible. Yeah, I put in like 8 bids. I didn't hit on a single bid. Apparently, according to this tweet, which I DM'd them about, I DM'd Spike and Jeremy. I have not got a reply from Spike. Jeremy told me he'd look into it. but I didn't hear back yet. But like, he's not the dev, right? So he's not going to be able to answer my question. But horrible gas on bidding. I think it does have to do with the contract, with it being a bidding system. Maybe there's something there. And then so you have to spend like, I spent $60 to $70 per bid. I lost all 8, so there's a few $100s there. And then to claim, dude, you have to pay gas to claim your money, and it was like $20 per. I saw some people paying like $30, $40, or claim your NFT, and allowing people to list when it's disabled for like a full day. So by the time it finally opened up, there was over 400 listings. I think so much of this was very poorly handled. But yeah, the art, I agree, dude. The art is fantastic. I love the art, and I think people are going to be bull posting the art once it reveals. We've seen this before. Like, look at Valhalla. Everybody was fudding and shitting on Valhalla. It was sitting around 0.5 for the longest time. It reveals. People realize, wait, I love how these look. They started buying them, sharing them, buying the mechs and all the different rarities. And I don't think we've seen any rares from Persona. So like, just to be fair to them, because yeah, I'm upset about my whole collab thing, but it doesn't mean like the project's not going to do well. They're still performing well. They went all the way to 0.65. I think this can have like a post reveal pump where everybody starts loving the art. People see it as their chance to rebrand. They're posting it. Here's my forever PFP, all that jazz. And that could just last a week, right? At the end of the day, you're going to ask, where's the money? And it's going to dump again. I know they do have a token. Like, I don't fully understand what Unagi's doing. I know they have a couple of like gambling games that have absolutely nothing to do with Persona. And I know Persona are going to get that token. So depending how much you get, and there's some. Okay, this guy was pissed. They also had an issue with bidding where the bids would fail, and I read somewhere it's like 700K in gas that was burnt. I don't know if that's true. And everybody's saying, "Oh, are they going to refund?" Like, dude, they don't. What, they're going to take 50% of their mint funds to refund people? Like, no. You tried to mint and you didn't. And then speaking of whales, obviously, you have Dingling, you have Jeffrey, who are speaking positive of this. Obviously, Dingling was given 50 pre-sale spots, so I'm not shocked that he's speaking positively of this. But he also loves the art, right? So, I mean, I don't know about you. I flipped my pre-sale. I had swept on secondary, and then when I swept because the listings were going down significantly. They went down to like 320. I was DMing you the numbers like live time. And then as it was pumping, dude, it went immediately to like 600 listings. And I was just like, okay, I'm out. I accepted bids. I got out. I made a couple $100. So I made my gas back just from the sweeps. And then it went down at point. I was waiting for it to crack under 0.4, but it never did. It went to like 0.41, and then it just pumped from there. I went to bed and it pumped overnight. But you, sir, were telling me you're muted by the okay. No, you're unmuted. You, sir, were telling me that they're going to 0.6. Why didn't you hold?
Yeah, I definitely did. So I didn't like the way that it opened. The issues with the listings coming up before, like when you couldn't buy or sell, right? Like, I don't know why they did that. So you guys all know, if you're watching this, that like they did this thing where they opened listings but didn't allow trading. So that right off the bat, that causes issues. And then when trading opened, you could only buy on OpenSea and you couldn't buy on Blur. So it's just like, why not just open it all at the same time? Like, for every platform. Like, why? Like, I don't understand that at all. Maybe there's a strategy behind it. Like, I don't get that. But
it's the royalties thing. I don't know, to encourage people to go to one place.
Yeah, I don't know. But my thing on it was that I was saying that I was going to buy at 0.5. I ended up buying under 0.5. I just didn't like how there were so many listings and there were still like 2,000 to be claimed. And, that whole thing, like, it just didn't sit well with me at the time. And in the moment, I didn't feel super good about that situation. So, yeah. And then the other thing, I'm seeing like some of the comments. Here's the thing is that, and I know you pulled it up briefly, and this guy said you were still bullish yesterday when we all knew this during the mint. Then you went 0 for 8 and now you're salty. Look, just because you have an opinion on something yesterday doesn't mean that your opinion should stay the same for, like, you're allowed to change your opinion if there is new information that comes out that like makes you change your opinion, right? Like you can't disagree with the fact that allowing listings and then also like not allowing trading is a good idea for momentum. Like I personally believe that if they just would have opened this directly, like all at the same time, all platforms, this would have gone 0.6, 0.7 right off the bat, and it would probably be sitting at like an ETH, which means that if my thesis is correct, that like it still could happen because the demand is likely still there. I just think that it may happen like over a slower period of time. Also, you can't argue that if an auction is fine, right? But if the auction is set in a way to where, and like something within the contract, you can see if you won the auction before it's over, and if you technically won, you can still get kicked out. So then it like incentivizes people to just continue to bid and bid and bid and waste more gas until you finally get a winning one, like a winning bid. So yeah, I just that's what I wanted to say on that, because there were definitely certain things about that entire situation that made it very unideal just overall for everybody.
Agreed. Yeah, I think everybody mentioning the raffle not being a real raffle. Yeah, that's horrible. I mean, I had sent you a wallet yesterday that won 26, or the guy transferred them all. He won 26 raffles across 26 wallets, and he sent them all to one. I mean, the guy clearly figured out how to game it.
So what I was going to say about that is that you said that he got 26, right?
Yes.
So do you know how many bids he sent?
No idea.
So here's the thing. Let's say that he sent 100, right? Because what I heard, and I didn't check Sensei or Lancet yet. I probably should have done that this morning. But so if you sent on 100, like 100 wallets, and you had a, whatever it was, like a 30-40% chance to win, and you hit on 26, like you're going to make your money back on that for sure. And that's just another example of how, like, yes, you can grind for whitelist and everything, but what happens when there's a situation like an auction like this and these botters know that it's going to be profitable? What they do is they stop everything that they're doing, they go on their bot, and then they say, okay, how can I game this as much as possible? And that's just it. And that's what they do every time. And so what I will say is that there are a very small group of people who try to exploit and bot every single thing that they can. And a lot of times those same people hit over and over again.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're fine, dude. The guy crushed it. Like, and so figure out how to bot. Like, everybody complains, just figure out how to win the game. But no, to the guy's comment of 0-8, I'm not. Well, I'm salty that I had to spend gas on a stupid amount of gas because they didn't do a proper contract. So I lost hundreds of dollars bidding, and apparently it was rigged the whole time. Like, I went to check my wallets and I saw they all lost. So I was like, okay, wow. So I'm just immediately losing because I didn't spend enough gas. But no, I think it's fine to point out what a project is doing wrong, because they did do a ton wrong, dude. I don't like what I'm gonna pretend everything went right. Like, I don't know.
I still
But
like
like I
the
said,
art.
I still think it does well. Yeah. I still, dude, I'm gonna, depending on where the price goes, especially with reveal, like if I see there's a very positive reaction to reveal, I'm gonna sweep these if I think the price is gonna go up. Like, the project is irrelevant to me. It's about the trade. So that it doesn't matter at the end of the day.
I still like the art. The team is still the same. And that's
If that's a good thing. Yeah, I don't know. They handle a lot of things poorly, so especially communication. So
well, we'll see what happens. And right now they're at 0.55, which is only 0.05 more than what I ended up selling on mine at. So it's like that's what, $150. Like if I really wanted to sweep these again, I really think these are going to 0.75, 0.81 ETH. Like, that's then I could just buy right now. And yeah, like one thing I'll say, I'm like, I sent for 3 wallets. I didn't hit on any of the wallets either, right? Like, and let's just like call it for what it is. If anybody that's watching this sent 8 wallets or 3 or 5 and you didn't hit and you wasted gas, you would also be just as bad. Like it's not like you know what I mean? Like it's a raffle. It's like the lottery. It's like that's like if you go to the gas station and you buy like 50 lottery tickets and then you just lose all of them. Like, yeah, you're gonna be fucking mad. Like what? Of course, you just wasted money. Like, give me a break.
Yeah, but that's more mad at yourself. But if you found out like they knew the whole time that no tickets at that gas station were winners, then you'd be like, what the hell
Oh
is this?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's obviously like way different because there's a lot more winners here. But yes,
Yeah, yeah.
like
But
the
but for the
issue
record,
with
I'm
the
still in
contract was
profit.
bad.
To the dude, I'm still in profit on my sweeps, and I had whitelist, so I'm still in profit. Um, we have some questions here. It could have been much better if the listings were not enabled. The only thing they have good for them is the art. Well, no, they do. I didn't look. I mean, Ash, you interviewed them, so they do have a solid team. They have a full company behind it, and the art. But like, dude, their trailer, I love that trailer that they posted. Like, it's amazing. Can I
So
ask something? Why should a team launch their collection while their token is ready to launch? And why a company with NBA and soccer games should launch an anime? Dude, I agree. Like, that's what I was saying. I have no idea what this game has to do with Persona at all, and you're getting the token. Um, but the token ready to launch, I mean, it's just a different way to fundraise, I guess. Now this was successful, so everybody's going to be even more bullish on their token. Whereas if their games weren't doing as well and they just straight up launch a token, like why would the token do well? So now
so
they've caught the thunder, and they just have to do well with it. Go for it.
yeah, what I was just gonna say is that like I don't know if a lot of people know this, but like the guy Charles, who is one of the co-founders of Unagi and Persona, he's literally the son of the CEO of Ubisoft. And I don't know if you guys know this about Ubisoft, but that's like a family business. Like it's all of them are brothers. Like if you go look it up, you can see that it's like these brothers all started a company and it literally turned into Ubisoft. And then the guy who is the CEO, his son, like who's Charles, he's the co-founder of Unagi. So it's like that's something that I didn't see really spoken about that much. Like I mentioned, like
Not at
it,
all. Yeah.
yeah, but it's that's how it is. Like that's just the fact. So what's funny is that we talk about like, oh, these projects have like good backing and whatnot, but it's like this is a venture from a guy who is very well connected and people don't really like even talk about. So like if that doesn't matter to you, and like what would somebody have to tell you about an NFT project? Who would have to be behind an NFT project? Kevin Rose, like Tim Ferriss, any celebrity, like what do you need to be told for you to be bullish on an NFT project besides that you buy something for 0.1 and that you can sell it for 0.2 10 minutes later?
Mm. Um, this quick question: how to find NFT projects certain stage? I mean, the way to do it, I literally just like for Blast, I'm just going all over Twitter, looking up Blast and seeing what projects have it, and just our network, dude. We're connected to all the CMs. They just bring us stuff really early, and we have hunters who look for this stuff. I'm fairly new. Is there a chance that Persona will refund gas that were burnt? They waste. I wouldn't want them
No,
to. No, like why would they?
no,
Dude, it's going to cost them like a milli plus. I wouldn't want them to
no.
though. They made 5 mil. I want them to use that 5 mil and build their company, not refund gas. And then their runway just got reduced by 35% because they went to refund a bunch of people. I think it's on us for minting. What no matter what happened, even though the contract sucked, like I'll just take the L on the gas, and I want them to use the 5 mil to build their company or buy Lambos, whatever. It's their money.
Yeah, they're not going to refund, I don't think.
O and 8, no wonder he was so. Dude, it has nothing to do with the O and 8, dude. I don't care, dude. What's the other raffle I lost? There was another raffle, dude. I lost Age of Dino. I lost a bunch of raffle. I don't care. I'm not happy that I had to burn the ETH, but it is what it is, man. It doesn't matter.
So this dude
Um,
said Blade of God opened their Discord server.
yes,
Hear
yesterday.
me out, Alpha. If you're watching this stream right now, take one moment and go follow Blade of God. Go follow that Twitter account, and I will almost guarantee you that everyone is going to be talking about that project in the next couple weeks, and nobody's talking about it yet. Trust me, that's going to be the next thing. Trust. I'm just I'm not leaking any of like the super like just for right now, because we are going to end up making content on it. Blade of God X on Twitter right now. Go look it up. Go follow. That's going to be the next project that everyone, all of your favorite shillers, all of your favorite, here are the top projects that I am watching that I'm super bullish on that you're not seeing right now. You're going to see it. I promise you. And everyone's going to be shitting their pants trying to get whitelist for this project.
Yeah, they have. This is based off of an existing IP, a studio that's made like 70 games, and this is like the third game in their Blade of God series, and it has to do with AI. I like the narrative, and I mean, I'm sure you've seen the same stuff as me, Ash. From what we've seen, just these cinematics look dope. But agreed. They opened a Discord. Now they're starting to do some codes, I think, for tests. I mean, Amber Bella tweeted this morning, like, what communities have I missed? So yeah, the opportunities are starting now. So now this is the time to get on it. And agreed. Yeah, this project looks dope. I think it's going to have a very strong narrative with the AI push.
Yeah. And yes, somebody in chat said cart party team mods involved, so you know it's going to be a good one. Yeah, so there's some overlap there. And I think we know that the the guys that are helping with like, cart party and some of these other projects that have done really well. So, there's overlap. So, like I said, if you're talking about early alpha, that is one that I think it makes sense to look into that and try to do what you can on that one before every asshole on Twitter starts going out and shilling that.
Another mint that happened, or not the mint happened a few, or yeah, the what happened to Castile? Yeah, dude, same thing. I had asked him about it. Hopefully it mints soon, dude. Yeah, somebody said the mods involved. Yeah, so Way to Gods, dude, that was a pre-sale. I spoke of this in my video. This was a pre-sale that happened a while back. Everybody was super hyped. I mean, dude, my community got 100 spots. Like, it was dope. Everybody was happy. It launches. It's still sitting under mint price. A lot of people, I guess it was bad timing. I spoke about it in my video that I've been buying, by the way. I think I have 40 right now. So I've been
40?
sweeping yeah, I've been buying
40
these.
of those?
Yeah.
Dude, what?
Yeah.
You're crazy, bro. What the fuck?
Dude, I told you, I've realized I stopped doing the things. I stopped trading, man, because I'm just focused on content. And I'm like, yo, if I don't go into the things that I have conviction on, I'm not going to be making money. So I'm just like, you know what? I have this theory on this that they're waiting for the claim to close. Then I'm guessing they're just going to vault the rest that's left. And then they're going to just start announcing stuff because there's a legit company behind this. So
True.
I think this is I'm not looking for a moonshot here. I'm not looking for them to go to 1 ETH. I just want a 3x or 3x on them, and I'm chill, dude. I'm chill. So I have like what, maybe 2.5, 3 ETH into these now. Hey, maybe I leave with 3 to 6 ETH profit, and then I'm happy. Same thing for Mataria. I'm starting to see a lot of people buy up Mataria. And do I still have it in here? Anyways, last I saw was at 0.5. People were fighting it. People were dumping it. And yeah, so I don't know. I'm bullish. But again, the pre-sale happened. They dropped, and they're under mint price. So I don't know how you feel about pre-sales. I know a lot of people have mixed opinions. I think when there's an announcement coming in 2 to 3 hours. Yeah, I got to be buying more, dude. from a Paris party. Should be a good one. The team is alluding that it's time to show people who we are again. And that's what they said in Discord. Nice, dude. They're closer to Mochaverse than most people realize. Well, they do have. I don't think it's bad. I know they're like partnered or they're supported by Animoca. I don't know what the full deal is. Yeah.
Well, on pre-sales, I think that we are now seeing that generally the past couple pre-sales have really not done the best.
We've done some more, but haven't come yet. There's been Extremeverse. We did pre-sale. Golden Tides. There's been a few that were like waiting to happen. I think you still, even though you're doing a pre-sale, I think you can't sell too many in pre-sale. You got to keep it exclusive, and then you got to do a big marketing push for your whitelist. Pre-sale favors the teams incredibly. They're selling most of their supply early. They're getting that funding right away, and they don't have to worry about a floor because people already sent over the money. So hopefully we only see pre-sale on good projects. I mean, you don't have to do every pre-sale. Everybody's like aping every single pre-sale. You don't have to. Like, judge the project as if it was a whitelist, and you just have to be better. Thanks for the update. What do you think of Oh Baby Games, dude? I played literally daily. I've been completing all the quests. You'll see me on. If you're racing, you'll see me in first place. But yeah, I've been playing the daily quests and trying to do the weekly quests. I bought some items. I love Oh Baby Games. We have no idea what token or if they're going to have a Genesis pass. I haven't been playing their other games. I should be trying out their other games as well, but I genuinely enjoy What the Cart. It is very fun. It plays super well. So I like playing it. So I've been playing daily, especially that I uninstalled League. I rage quit League again, so I need a new game. Yeah, partner in Alibaba. Yeah, they're making a movie with Alibaba. I guess they're doing the production and distribution. So there's a ton going on for them. People are just yeah, they couldn't be bothered. They only want to look at the shiny thing, not like what's going on. Thoughts on yeah, we're going to talk about 404s I think right after this part. So we'll get into that. Genkai pumped. Nice, dude. Nice. I haven't looked into Genkai for a minute. Mixed opinions on that, especially their mint and dealing with that. Pans, same thing. Just answering some questions here. Yeah, we did the pre-sale for Pans. They're doing some cool stuff. Hopefully it does well. Might work with them more. We'll see. But I've used their platform for raffles, and I actually like it. It's just, can they get the volume? Because the NFTs give you revenue share. So it's, are they going to get enough volume, and can they grow their company to a good size that they have a ton of users and it's actually worth, the revenue share that you're getting is actually worth it. If you're getting like $1 a month, who cares? But if you're starting to get like 10, 20, $30 a month and you paid $100 for their NFT, that's good. Moving on though, the other project that minted that I guess, Grail and some people were like completely bull posting this, dude, was RG Bytes. Did you mint this?
I did, and I actually sold it for like hardly any profit.
Same.
That was one that I think everyone I think expected that to do better all right off rip. Like I don't, and I'm kind of like in the same boat. It's like I don't love when I'm I don't love when I mint a project and it's like immediately not super moon. Like I'll just call it what it is.
Agreed.
Like
I agree.
like I like when I mean, to me it's like when I think, this is the way that I view it. I am constantly trading, I'm constantly making content. I've made tweets about this. It's like you have to focus on like what you do best. And my thing is that if I mint something and if I don't have direct inside information on like, oh, this is going to do well, or, they're going to market make this, like, for example, Way to Gods, like, dude, I would have guessed I would have thought that they would have market made that. Like, they didn't, obviously, because if they did, then the floor would be higher. And so, but they never said that they would, like, they never told me that. So I'm not surprised that went under. I am surprised it went under mint because of the demand and whatnot, but like, I just think with something like RG Bytes, yes, all of their previous mints were free, and so their justification was like, everything else has been free up until this point. Like, we're going to do this paid mint. I think it was a little expensive. Obviously, like the mint price was 0.22. So yeah, I mean, with what they're doing, I think that they got like a lot going on. But I'm not necessarily like, I don't know. Like I would definitely have to reach out to them directly. I guess this is like one of the good things about like being, able to get in contact and just say like, what's next, and see like if I could get some sort of like insider info or whatever.
I agree. I did the same, dude. The mint price is really expensive. I mean, it's holding up really well. So, and they do have their token and all that. So it's not necessarily the worst thing, but I haven't done enough homework into it to comfortably hold. But, this is something we were talking about. I think it's the title of the stream too. Like, how do you feel about ETH NFTs in general? Just trading ETH. I know you've been saying you just want to go over to Bitcoin.
Yeah. So this is something that for everybody that's watching, I would love to hear your opinion on this. Drop a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are about trading on ETH recently, and then I will give my opinion. So, I personally, and I was going to tweet this last night, but I kind of held back. I know that you had some feelings and you just decided to tweet them, you put them out. I was like a little bit more reserved. And my thing is that this, if you get whitelist, yes, there's money to be made, obviously. There have not been a lot of very good secondary trades recently. And one thing that I've noticed is that like if you're buying like an ETH NFT, like you have to really hold it for a while before it goes up. Whereas like on Bitcoin, yeah, it's the same, you know, obviously like it's similar, but the thing is like there's less quality, there's a lot less on Bitcoin. Like you can see the top collections. Like the top collections on Bitcoin are OMB, Node Monkeys, Quantum Cats, like the puppets. Like there's not a ton of places on Bitcoin to put your money. And so it makes it so much easier. How many collections are there on ETH? 20, 30,000 people are still shilling projects from 2021 because their bags are like, I mean, it's just crazy. There's so many projects from back in the day that people still rep. And I'm not going to name names because I don't want to make it seem like I'm taking shots at anybody. But it's like when you look at Bitcoin, there's like 10 collections that all the volume goes to, and that's it. And so it's like if you're looking to put money into Bitcoin, like ordinals, there's a lot less places to go. Whereas on ETH, it's like all the money is all spread out.
Yeah, and the collections have been doing well. There you go. I can't, dude. Magic Eden literally just doesn't work for me. I reset my wallet. I don't know why. I'm gonna reach out to them. It's just broken. Like I can't see any collections. So the prices aren't going to be real on here. See, there's no volume. I believe it's less than this, but Wizards of Wards minted yesterday. It did well, and it looks like nothing. I think it's at like 0.017 or something, which looks like nothing because we all compare it. We all think ETH, but that's actually a lot of money. Um, so Wizards of Ward performed really well. There's also, you mentioned the Node Monkeys. Again, I think these are a bit lower, but the Node Monkeys have been performing really well as well. What's the comeback here with Node Monkeys? Like, why all of a sudden are people just bullish on these again?
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I really don't know. One person who we obviously talked to, NFT boy, like he is essentially saying that like a lot of this stuff is just inevitable, right?
Mhm.
Like he's saying that like I even saw a tweet from him this morning where he said like there is going to come a point when ordinals catch an unlimited bid. And honestly, dude, like I don't disagree. Like I actually think that may very well end up happening. And it's just we know that node monkeys just are what they are, but they doubled within the span of like a day, 2 days. There are, and this is like one other thing that I was going to say about ETH. There are way more, there are way more whales on Bitcoin ordinals than there are on ETH now. Back in the day, you used to have your Franklins. You used to have like other big names, like people that would be absolutely sweeping. Like you guys remember, like I'm trying to think of just like different people or whatever, but there was a time when people would sweep and that would be their entire thing. They loved sweeping things. And now that just doesn't happen as much. Like there are not nearly as many people. Like Dingling, yes, he is continuously sweeping things. He's still in obviously Grail and Jeffrey, like, but those are like the main. Those are the main whales. There are not as many whales on ETH as there used to be, and I think it's because a lot of them realized that there was way more opportunity elsewhere and that ETH is just it's tough. Like it's very tough. Like it's tough. I will say that it is hard.
No, I think those, we always see this rotation. We have like these metas where it's like Gary V and then, FaZe Banks and whoever's talking about something and the project auto pumps. Right now it's Dingaling and Grail and Jeffrey. Their names are shilled way too much to me, dude. Every single project especially that I have like Wizards Capital, all these projects are approaching me now for these investment deals. and they always tell me like, "Oh, Grail and Dingling are on our a small ticket, but they're on here." And I'm like, "What's a small ticket, dude?" Like, they're rich, especially Dingling. $2,500 for Dingling is like $25. So like, what to him, he doesn't care if the investment does well. He's just YOLO gambling on it. Best case, like, hey, he gets a 10x, whatever. So everybody's shilling their name. They're literally investing in everything. So just because they invest in something, it doesn't mean it's going to be a good play. They just have a lot of money to play with. So if you don't, it's not necessarily the best play to follow them. But yeah, dude, Bitcoin doing well. Panda here saying Bitcoin's still really early, and a lot of the projects are going to go down the drain. There's good money to be made, but you got to be cautious. While ETH feels more mature with actual real projects. Yeah, I guess. I mean, you could kind of see. I mean, I definitely agree. Some of them are going to go down the drain. Oh yeah, there's a business. I see. I hate Magic Eden right now, dude. I can't see anything. But here we see the actual prices. So Wizards of Wards is at 0.011. It minted for 0.006, so it's almost a 2x. That's like 0.1 ETH profit, and then Node Monkeys, not too far off from where we had it. But no, dude, I really like Ordinals. I do think they're going to have a very strong narrative this cycle. It's just, to me, the tech on Bitcoin is so bad, dude.
Oh, it's terrible for sure.
It's horrible. Sending stuff, buying stuff, like it is just unpleasant to deal with, dude.
I
My
agree.
pizza ninjas are down bad, man. I should have sold at 0.12. I did see they're doing an auction of the first one on Sotheby's.
That's
And
very
it's gonna,
cool.
it's estimated to go for. I should bid on this. Get a bid on Sotheby's. Actually, it'll be like it'll be a notable moment for me. You can't see previous bids, but maybe if I register, I can. But yeah, estimated to go for 20K. I don't know. The floor right now is at what's 0.045, like $2,000, maybe a little more. So you're paying 10x when you could just go sweep the floor. But overall, dude, I really like Ordinals. I think they're going to have a very strong narrative. AMA for Persona in 50 minutes. Hope they pump the floor. Could be. Typically, with my experience with AMAs, unless they say something uber bullish, is it pumps before and it dumps in the AMA. That's been my experience. So you got to be careful. But if they say something great, what about Persona? We spoke about this for like 20 minutes. You'll just have to go back in the show. Yeah, we spoke about RG Bytes, but we didn't say. I don't think we had any crazy opinions on it.
No, not really.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on. What do we got here? Oh yeah, here you take this one.
So, what does it say? I can hardly even read this shit.
Notable sales for autoglyphs, and then some NFTs.
Yeah, so I think that so autoglyphs, if you're not familiar, autoglyphs is a Yuga Labs, and well, it was Larva Labs.
Is it? No damn.
Well, so CryptoPunks was made by Larva Labs. Autoglyphs were made by Larva Labs. This is considered like the holy grail of all like on-chain art. And there was a huge sale for these. They never change hands really. Like they're super liquid, but when they do, they sell for a lot. The last sale for these was like 175 ETH, which is crazy. But there were probably only a handful of sales this year. The fact that they sold in bulk like this is crazy. I know that there's like a certain, like there's sets. So like you can have a set of them. I don't know what differentiates the set, but one thing, and go to the next tweet, is that like there have actually been some pretty big sales for NFTs, like that punk, that ape, that doodle, the Meebit. And while I am saying that maybe new stuff, right? The newer things, like trading newer stuff is like a little bit harder because of the landscape and how things are. And maybe it's because the quality of some of these projects aren't what like a lot of people expect. Some of these legacy projects are getting a bid for sure. And I think that we may have been too quick on the gun on some of these because we had to let some of them cook over time. Like, yes, obviously it sucks watching doodles go from 25 ETH to 1 ETH, but there's no doubt that they have actually been trying. Like they acquired an animation studio. What they do with that and how they give back to holders is a different thing. But doodles minted like over 2 years ago. So we do have to like, for some of these guys, if they are trying to be serious, if they are trying to be legit, like we do have to like give these projects some time, and it's not going to happen in like a month or 2 months. Like it's going to happen over the course of like a couple years.
Agreed. And it's funny, isn't this the one that, yeah, it sold for 29? This is the one we spoke about last week. It sold for 30 ETH, but then didn't this guy flip it for 39?
Yes.
Or no, that was the rainbow teeth. That was a different one.
Oh, it
Was
was multicolored.
yeah, multicolored.
I was looking at the glasses.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I agree, dude. Having this conviction, I don't know about the me bit personally,
Yeah, that's a weird
but
one.
yeah, the rest of them, like the punk, although I don't know why would this. Okay, no, 70 ETH is pretty near the floor. It's not like it's anything. It's not like this was a rare one. But this ape, the cheetah fur, this ape's pretty cool. And the doodle, obviously, this is a rare doodle. Hollow Dino, man, 20 ETH. You're paying 15x the floor, whatever it is.
Cool Times, he held his popsicle through the bottom, and I gotta say, I do not know how he did that, because I think I think popsicles were selling for like 4 or 5 ETH. Like they got to be going for at least 20 again now.
Yeah, you got to check. We just actually spoke about node monkeys.
Yeah, we just went over that.
Is on an uncommon sat. I think there's only like 2,000 or so of those sats. An uncommon pizza sat. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, Portal will be wild, dude. Ash, you're cooking. I didn't do the investment. Ash did. He's absolutely cooking, dude. You're like at a what 30x if it if it holds. But yeah, you're absolutely cooking, dude.
Right
Yeah,
when
Portal.
the word portal comes up, NFT boy comes in and he has to one up me because he sent like 3 times as much as me. Yeah, man. Like I have a group of friends that they wanted, like, well, let's back up. If you wanted to get Angel Round for Portal, you probably could have. Like there were a lot of opportunities. Like I had like 4 or 5 different groups offering it to me. And it's like in a way, it was kind of weird because I was like, is this even exclusive? Like I know a lot of different ways that I can get this. And I had some friends, the market wasn't as good at the time. This was in November. I had some friends and they were like, send for this. And I was like, dude, like I had just taken a loss on like the Jack Butcher signatures, like NFT. And like I was kind of salty about that. It was Thanksgiving. So I ended up sending 3 ETH for Portal. And now that equates to around like 100,000 tokens. And right now, if you go on that whale website, that OTC website, the like one portal token is $2. So that means that currently on TGE, I would get 15%, and then the other 85% is vested and unlocked over the next 12 months. My 3 ETH initial would be worth 30K just on TGE, which is crazy. And this is also at the beginning of a bull run. So look, I don't know what's going to happen to this thing and at all. Like I'm not going to go buy more. Like I'm just going to sit obviously on like what I have, but it will be nice because obviously it has the gaming narrative and it was the play. But also like you got to think about this. Blast launched like the same week. So people were depositing into Blast. I remember seeing all those. And it's like I didn't really want to lock up my ETH for that long, which is why I only sent what I sent when I did. So I faded Blast, which I am now bullish on, by the way, and have not still sent, but I do think that it's going to do really well. Just saying. And then Portal, I did send for, and now I am very excited.
Yeah, I think the Blast narrative is going to be extremely strong next week. I've been trying to get every collab, every pre-sale for tokens. I'll be a KOL for your token. We got to break into the token meta.
If you are launching a Blast token and are looking for KOLs, we are the opinion leaders.
NFT boy giving us financial advice here, guaranteeing that the price is going to be $10. Thank you.
Dude.
NFA means not for amateurs, not financial advice. Over $3 for TGE. Dude, I've seen this question multiple times, and I've asked the team. I'm gonna get the schedule for pre-sale. A lot of people are saying, "What's the release schedule? Is there a cliff?" Do you know this? What for pre-sale? What's the TGE and what? Not the angel round, like the pre-sale that everybody did.
I'd have to look. I don't know.
But yeah, super bullish, dude. They have the they're launching with Binance, so everybody's bullish. Oh, we got a comment up here with NFT boy at the top there. Look, I liked even your comment, boy. Okay, that's the kind of support you could expect from the gorilla.
Hey, NFT boy. What's up, you rich motherfucker?
What's up, Octan in the audience? I see you, NFT boy, VCV, yo, the whole squad pulling up. Parker, Keikyo, appreciate all of y'all. Anyways, moving on. We had somebody ask about the 404 narrative. Here we have Palette. Oof, it's down so bad. Is this the first one? Or is this maybe? So what happened with Palette is this was like a 404 where they had I think this is the first one. That's why I have the wrong one here. Let me try to find the.
Yeah,
I
it's
hate
not the one.
Dex screener. Let me pull up the Dex tools. So basically what happened is this is a project where it's a 404, but if you don't know what the 404 is, okay, wait, I think this is the right one, which is still down. Yeah, this is the right one. 30 minutes is fine. Yeah, so it's also down bad. It's still profitable, but basically a 404 if you buy a full token, so you can see the price here. It's not a meme coin, right, where it's 0.0001. The price is $900. So if you buy a full one, you receive an NFT. And the NFTs for this, if you sell like half your token or whatever, or if the full token, the NFT goes to the new person's wallet, or the NFT is destroyed if you only sell half the token. So these have been doing really well. Obviously, Pandora. Pandora.
I was actually gonna bring that up, dude. They dumped to like 5 or 6 ETH the other day, and now they're all the way back up. Look at the recent sales.
I know Kennick has been, or Ken has been doing really well. Let me pull up he tweeted about this actually when he tweeted about buying 404s. Yeah, studying while everybody is sleeping. And he bought some more Pandoras. So a GG on that play, bro. But yeah, these have pumped back up, or the volume is way slower than it was, but the price is higher. I'm sure the token's way up as well, because that's just how it works. But yeah, this one was cool. I like this one because it had the whole generative art narrative. And then somebody in my server brought up a really good point. He was saying, if the price to this goes stupid, like let's say the price of this went to 30 grand per token, a lot of people are going to dump, and a lot less people can afford a full token. So the art side, the NFT side, becomes a lot more scarce. And then it's art as well. So there's like this double narrative to this. Unfortunately, this one launched. So I did get a whitelist. They did do some collabs. I did get a whitelist spot for this. I believe Ash as well. The bad part was there was a mistake in the contract where it was basically a honeypot for pre-salers, so you couldn't sell. That's why the price was ripping so much. But I do think the price would have done well nonetheless. They relaunched it. It did do well initially on launch. I sold around 17 or 1600, so I'm glad I did sell. Yeah, I sold on this pump here. So I sold at 1600. Now it's down to 900. I do like these projects though. Another one that I'm actually still holding, and it keeps pumping, dude. I keep missing the dip. I wanted to buy the dip twice. I was going to buy here. And then I missed it. It dipped down to 600, which I guess is 6 mil. 6 mil market cap. It went back to 10. I missed it. I got greedy, and then it just took off. But this is another one called Asterix. I'm waiting for their art reveal. Let me see if I could find it just by looking it up. Is this it? Yes, this is it. So this one's performing well as well. You see the price of the NFT matches the price of the token, right? Or typically. Now it's overpriced, it seems. But so I'm waiting for it because they have a character. So I'm waiting because the character looks really cool. So I'm waiting for the art reveal for this one as well. I'm still holding this one. I should have bought more. But yeah, I really like this 404 narrative. I did think it was just a trend and it was going to disappear. But I like it. It's a cool idea.
No, that's cool for sure. Yeah, it's just still too early on. I think if you get like a good artist, somebody that's like well respected in the space, if they hop on and they do one of these, it's just tough because I know that, and this might just be a blanket statement, but I would say that like most artists would probably not want to attach their name and their brand to a coin, you know? Because
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that is because then it's like, if the coin goes to zero, then and I mean it's the same thing with NFTs. Like it is, but it's just I think we understand like how people view coins. So yeah. NFT boy said furnace next. Yeah, well, been waiting for it. Didn't get pre-sale, unlike somebody else. And so yeah, I would buy it if I knew when it was gonna launch.
I completely missed that one. That's another 404.
Yeah.
Hmm. This is super random, dude, but I can't believe somebody hit a Sam Sprat for 4 ETH, dude. I should have had a bid in, man. I've looked back to these all the time and see what they're selling at. I really hope one day Sam Sprat allows you to burn these, and you could pull a mask, just like the skulls of Lucy. Um, like I love these pieces. These are so dope. And I'm hoping we get the same thing, but with the masks. So this is super random. But when you said a dope artist coming in and doing a 404, it just made me think of Sam.
I'm surprised more because we saw with like the open edition meta, that was like the last time that artists were able to like open, like get volume on like any sort of like art. I feel like it hasn't happened really a lot since then. I haven't seen any artists on my timeline like trying to drop like, anything like that. And so, yeah, it's like I'm actually surprised that more artists haven't tried to jump on this
Mm.
yet.
Somebody here saying Ways to God has a lot of red obvious flag. If they're obvious, please let me know, sir. I'm holding 40. So please let me know the red flags. Somebody saying Say. I haven't played too much on Say. Dude, I hate. Is this because I'm using a VPN or something? Why is Blur like constantly asking me if I'm a human? It really annoys
Probably
me.
if you're on a VPN, then yeah.
Let's. I think we're good to move on here. I wanted to discuss it has nothing to do with Web3. At least I don't think so. But this McDonald's. Let me zoom out a little bit. You saw the McDonald's like doing their own anime, like their own anime universe, which is really cool, dude. I love it. They had it. Where was the trailer? Was this the trailer? Yeah. You guys can't hear the volume, but he's making the fries. A new world emerges. Like, dude, this actually looks fire. Like,
No, it looks
so,
awesome.
and it's
Well,
it's dropping in 3 days.
so I don't know if people remember, but like there used to be like a McDonald's like show. Like there were like you could get them on VHS and they used to sell them at McDonald's and it was like essentially like a TV, like it was a TV show and like God, it's been so long. I probably still have them somewhere, but this just falls so much more in line
Are
with
you talking about
current.
like the Hamburglar and all that? Or
Yes.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, like they had like they did this like back in I mean it had to have been the late 90s, early 2000s. Like I was super young when these came out, but yeah, that was like back in the day when McDonald's used to actually like sell things and like dude, I know we're going off on a rant now, but like does McDonald's even do toys anymore? Like I remember when that used to be like a huge thing.
I think they do. I'm one of their best customers for McDonald's, but I don't go I don't go in. I do drive through. So I do think they still sell toys though. What I found funny was a lot of this is great art, by the way. Uh, Mammy made this, but I don't know why I didn't save it. There was other posts where everybody was saying like because of the inverse W and like Ray 9gag, Ray, he has the inverse W. Everybody was drawing like these lines, like, oh my God, is McDonald's going to announce a partnership with 9gag? Which wouldn't shock me if they did, because it's a prominent brand working with a prominent brand, and I guarantee you there are legit brands reaching out to 9gag just because of the success of what they've done. What's a Web2 company that's done as well as 9gag in Web3 and still doing well? Like Nike came in and bought something or bought Artifact, but now they're down bad. Like what's one that's done well?
If you're talking about native, like didn't get bought out, then it is meme land.
Hmm.
because we saw like Bugatti, we saw like all those other like we've seen like a lot now that I like as I think about it. Like there have been like Coke and Pepsi, like they did those open editions that are zero or whatever their launches that they did. Yeah, man, like everybody fit. Yeah, if you're talking about Web 2 directly into Web
Yeah,
3
yeah,
without
yeah.
buying anything out, Meme Land is that winner.
Agreed. Somebody answering here, they sell toys, but there's no production like before. So I guess, I mean, before they would always sell other people's toys,
Stupid.
right? It was like like they did Pokemon and they did, it was usually partnerships, but now I guess they're getting back into their own IP, which I think is a really smart play on their behalf. So I just found that funny. I mean, captains have been pumping. I don't think it's necessarily because of this. I've been buying meme coin. I think I've bought 6 ETH so far, on every dip. So I've been buying meme coin. Moving on. I know this is from last week, but I did want to. I kind of ranted in my video too about everybody complaining about insider trading and all this stuff. My reply to that is just get good. Um, so yeah, Moonbirds buying out. No, Moonbirds and Proof and all that getting bought out by Yuga. At first, I thought it was a play maybe for Grails, like they wanted the art side of things, because Yuga, they're into art. Punks, they have their ordinals, which I forget what it's called right now, the 12 or whatever it's called, 12 fold. So this was a weird play. I did hear the theory where it's just A16Z owns equity in both, and they're just like, hey, absorb this one company, you'll get the treasury, and they're just consolidating their portfolio, which happens all the time. So I don't think it's as big as people think it is. Obviously, there's a lot of insider trading going on. People get the info. There was a ton of rumors, so people were buying it. It did have it, so it did pump and dump. I found it. I found it pretty funny, dude. Sorry to the person who got wrecked buying at 2.8, but it got absolutely wrecked, and then it went down back to like 1.6, like pre pump levels. But then look at this pump right here. This is because of token speculation. People started speculating. I saw Easy tweeted this. Like I didn't see any, or I didn't even hear of these rumors. But apparently there was speculation about like a token, and then obviously the whole Yuga thing where the CEO steps down, and it's Gargar, whoever's coming. Oh, okay. Here's the meme land tweet. I had it in the wrong section. So here, Clemente saying like, "Oh, is there a correlation between these two brands?" That was the meme land tweet. But yeah, I'm trying to find, dude. I didn't categorize my stuff properly. But there's a new CEO stepping up. Obviously, with that, we also have Bored Apes had a nice little pump on that. A little pump and dump here. Went to 24. All this happening after the flippening. What do you think? Do you think Pudgies are going to reflip?
Yeah, I do. I do. I don't know when, but I think that there was, let's put it like this. I think that Pudgies would probably still be neck and neck with Yuga if they didn't make, if Garga doesn't make that announcement that he was getting back as the CEO of Yuga Labs, which by the way was huge. Like that was I mean, the fact that Abe's pumped, I was actually on the phone with NFT Boy when that happened and the announcement was made and then there were no sales and him and I were just like, what the fuck? And then of course, like they end up like absolutely ripping. I just my thing is that like I do think that that instills a lot more back into the community, but yeah, I still think that there's some people that aren't happy about the Moonbirds thing, and for what it's worth, like when you compare Pudgy to Apes and like that entire ecosystem, it's like Pudgy has the Pudgies, the Lils, the Rods, but Yuga has like 6 or 7, 800,000 assets. So it's just so diluted. And so I do think that like it will get to a point where just by floor price, I'm sure that they do end up flipping again.
Yeah, I mean, plus they've been doing the airdrop stuff. I know now. Well, I mean, Sappy Seals pumped like crazy. I don't know why they were pumping. I know they're also getting some
I can tell you
airdrop.
why.
Why?
Because of the arcade airdrop.
Okay, so it is that, which also apes are getting. Um, Dude, I want Pudgies to buy. Everybody was saying like, oh, is Moonbirds gonna get bought by Pudgies? If Pudgies gonna buy anything, they should buy Sappy Seals. I think that is incredibly on brand if they were to buy it. Not that they should buy it, but if they were gonna buy something, I'd want to see them buy Sappy Seals. Look, I love Pudgy's Cam. I support them. Got him back here. Okay, free advertisement. I don't want them to flip apes though. Not because I want both prices to go up. I want apes to moon, dude. I want the return of the apes. Hopefully we get this. I know in here they're gonna hear step one already done. A new company called Bored Ape Yacht Club LLC. They're gonna focus on that. Everything Bored Ape Yacht Club. I hope they're able to bring it back and just really separate Bored Apes from the whole gaming side of things. That would be really cool. Here, Shaq saying, yeah, layer 0. There are rumors that that Pudgies are getting layer 0. If they do, I think that's massive for Pudgies. I heard they have many airdrops coming. We don't know if it's going to be like meme coins or stuff like that. I know they're getting the Wazies one on Blast, the Pump It airdrop. So that's cool. Junior pulling up. We got a compliment here for your PFP, sir, your grufter. But yeah, no, I mean, I want both these collections to do well. I don't want Pudgies to flip apes and then apes just go to 0. Like, I want both of these collections to perform well.
Agree. I agree.
Yep. And then I don't know if you wanted to get into this. We have it on our list, D-Gods. Don't know if you wanted to go ham to road. I don't know what we wanted to talk about in this. We just have it on our sheet. Was there news or something to talk about?
No, it was just like leading the Yuga Lab CEO thing where how Garga says that he was stepping back in as CEO and Frank then says the same thing. And I listened to a Twitter space last night very briefly of Frank talking to Leap on his space. And I wish that there would have been more questions about like what was going on, because I think that we can all agree that D-Gods and Utes has always been like one of the most like spoken about projects. People have talked about them, and there's been like so much like you're not going to believe like what we're going to do, and then it's just like, oh, this is what it was like. So yeah, I wish that there was more. I wish that there was more going on with that project, considering like how hyped up it was, and not even by the community, but by like the team, like by those people, for sure. So
Yeah, I'm looking for the tweet. I don't know how this man does it. He's literally tweeting all day, but I can't find the tweet. But I didn't know he had ever stepped down.
well, Kevin D-Gods was the CEO
Okay.
for a while, and then he like stepped away. And I thought the timing on that was kind of peculiar too. It's like, oh, like you're gonna let everybody like to me, I feel like that was definitely like a reactionary type of thing. And he saw that like the way that people reacted to Yuga and decided to do it. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's whatever. I mean, I always wanted to buy one like a year ago, and now I'm just like, I don't know.
So Pudgy's buying 3 land. No, that'd be extremely bearish if Pudgy's bought 3 landers. It'd be bullish for 3 landers, but I don't see why they would buy that project. Any thoughts on Pluto? I've seen influencers talking about them on X again. Dude, I'm holding like 50 of these still. I'm just waiting for their token, dude. The floor is very thin. I think, I'm on the Duke Council. They're one of the collections that gets extra points that can allow you both to get the airdrop for due as well as whitelist for their upcoming free mint. You have to earn 9 shards, and you could trade in like points, or if you all the points you get shards, and if you get 9, you automatically get whitelisted, or if you get the 9 different shards, I guess. So this is one of the collections. So I'm hoping it has like a Dokio moment, where if you remember Dokio on the AVAX, what's it called, hyperspace or hyper something, the marketplace for AVAX, Dokio, a lot of people were trading that in order to get the airdrop for the hyper platform. So it kind of became like one of the main I'm still holding a Dokio too. They're doing pretty well, like 45 AVAX. A lot of people were trading that, and it became like the main collection that everybody was going for, they like the collection, but to get volume. And as more and more people were trading it, the price was going up. So I'm hoping the same thing happens with Pluto. I mean, there's a few collections that have the rocket ship, But I mean, Pluto is literally backed by Polygon. It's like their flagship collection. So I'm hoping the price goes up. It's just been hovering around these levels for the longest time, which is still great. Like it's still right now it's an 8x off of its mint price, but I want to break. We've broken it before, 1,000 Matic. I want to break that and then actually push through. But yeah, I'm still bullish. I mean, I've been staked for like, I don't know, probably like 150 days or something, or even more now, maybe 200 days, getting my mushrooms, and they're eventually going to have a token. So hopefully that does well as well. And yeah, I think that's a good place to end it. We've been going for a little over our hour. Appreciate everybody for joining. Thank you once again. We will be live every Friday. Or actually, Ash, you're traveling. You're gonna make it, dude. We got some shows. Ash is gonna be on the road streaming. But appreciate everybody for joining. Ash, this was fun. Yeah, thank you everybody, and we'll see you on Twitter. Peace. Awkward moments where I have to click end stream button.